Hi, I'm Jill from children's reading charity Beanstalk, and I'm here to share with you one of our top tips for growing a love of reading in your household. Today's tip is that we should support children's reading choices, that reading doesn't have to be all about fiction. For some children who haven't yet fallen in love with reading, it could be because they haven't been offered the right books. For some children, they just don't get excited by magical adventures and fantasy worlds. Some children prefer to read for information and facts, and some children like to do both. There's a common misperception that unless you're reading fiction, that you're not a reader, and that reading non-fiction doesn't count as proper reading. As parents, we're often keen that our children become engrossed in Harry Potter or riveted by Roald Dahl, but the more we push children towards books that they don't want to be reading, the louder they proclaim, "I don't like reading." So the way into reading for every child must be through what interests them most. But sometimes this becomes a bit skewed. For example, we shouldn't assume that a child who enjoys playing football will automatically enjoy a fictional story about a football team. They might, however, enjoy reading about the history of their favourite football club, but they might not know that such a book exists. So how do you work out which kind of books to offer your child? Well, books with wide-ranging content, such as Adam Frost's The Epic Book of Epicness, are ideal because you can dip in and out, it contains a variety of content, and you can see what sparks an interest. Reading, fiction, non-fiction, factual stories, poetry, they are all legitimate forms of reading. And a child choosing to read, regardless of whether they are reading fiction, non-fiction, poetry, factual story, if they are choosing to read, then they are reading for pleasure. And a child who likes reading factual information about volcanoes may down the line become interested in fictional stories about volcanoes. But if they don't, that's okay, because reading non-fiction is still reading.